Welcome to the Own Your Best Life podcast. I'm May Emson, your host, leadership and mindset coach. Here, we talk all things spiritual, mindset, business, leadership, and wellness for the modern seeker who wants to align their life with purpose and inspiration. We'll cover career changes, stress management, meditation, energy, intuition, and more. Each episode holds spiritual and practical tools to help you live a life of your wildest dreams without getting burnt out along the way. Ready to live a life on your own terms? This is the Own Your Best Life podcast. Welcome, friends, to episode number 118 of the Own Your Best Life podcast. One of the things that makes it easiest to move around in this world is knowing our gifts. What are our competencies? What are our strengths? How do we make what's unconscious conscious so that we know how to best show up in any given situation? What are we adding? And today's podcast is on this very thing, your unconscious competencies and why it's so important for you to understand them. So we've been on a journey, literally and figuratively. I'm still in Costa Rica. I took 2 weeks to take my mom and her cousin on a trip with us and the family, which has been life-changing in the best way. And I'll dedicate a podcast episode to this concept of life-changing trips. But I did want to share that one of the most important insights I had over the course of those 2 weeks was that the way one lives is valuable. And these are similar to your unconscious competencies. You might not have any idea that the way you get up in the morning and start your day is a valuable experience for someone else. You might not realize that the activities you chose or the places you would go would be unbelievably rich for someone else to experience as well, but they are. We often don't think about how valuable we are innately just because we are alive and expressing ourselves through the way that we show up. But we are. And when I work with clients on unconscious competencies, they emerge as if they are a new person, right? The clients emerge as if they are a new person. Something that seems so obvious to them, such as the way that they approach life and work and any given activity, becomes a distinctive strength. They go from feeling like they're casually aware that they do things differently to being highly aware that they are not like everyone else, and this is a good thing. When we are tasked to figure out hard problems, achieve the unachievable, and live new lives filled with healthier habits, it can often feel overwhelming. If it was so easy, you would have already done it. Yet, when you utilize your strengths, it's much easier to do the hard things. Suddenly, things seem to work when they haven't in the past. You spend less time and energy fighting against yourself or wondering why you do things differently. And then you move to this place where you know you do it differently. And when you know this about yourself, you figure out how to make things work for you with much less time and energy. And one of my favorite aspects of working with people is that they are all different, yet the same. We all want to feel seen, heard, and appreciated. We all want to do great work in the world and have fun along the way. The way we go about it, however, can look different person to person. From the outside, one would think that we have very different views on life because we're doing it differently. But when you dig deep down, it's just a different means to the same end. Each person uses different sets of unconscious competencies. Every person has a different combination of life experiences to bring to the table. And when we're asked to put together a cohesive story of our lives, where we're going, where we've been, and where we are now, it can be very challenging to see that whole picture. Yet, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do next with your career and your life, that's exactly the journey that you are on. You want to understand your own story. You want to understand your distinctive strengths, and you do want to know what's next. And what comes next is easy when you see what comes naturally to you. Doesn't come naturally to other people. That's how we solve problems. That's how we build highly valuable careers. We see where we add values in ways that only we can, and we do it to an increasingly higher level that we keep setting new benchmarks for ourselves. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to be exactly like other successful people and do everything they do. You need to notice how successful people do what makes them successful and how you can do more of what makes you successful as well. What it does not mean, however, is that it doesn't mean you don't do anything and you just let your awesomeness speak for itself. You do still have to increase your competencies even more to fit new and different situations. Many times we've become very competent and skilled in one area and one function or one industry or with a certain set of people or in a certain geography, and then the world changes again. What it does mean is that you become aware. It becomes a matter of understanding how you can sometimes overuse your strengths. Maybe you've used your strengths so much so that you've steamrolled others because of the desire to do it your way. And without awareness of your strengths and a game plan for how you want to develop, build, harness, and be selective with utilizing your talents, then your talents themselves will actually be underutilized. And our potential is infinite. Underutilizing your talents is often one of the thoughts that keep achievers awake at night. This idea that I'm not utilizing my potential, that I could be doing more, but I don't even know what it is. So, how are you going to stretch yourself if you don't know in which direction to stretch towards? And so, that is the power of understanding your unconscious competencies. In our work together, we will map your strengths out so that you can begin to understand what's already working for you. And we will also help you understand why you can eradicate self-doubt in certain areas as a result. And this increases your leadership branding, not by choosing what you want to be, but by articulating who you are already even more. And work and life then becomes simpler when you understand that your defaults can be your strengths. And instead of pushing yourself even harder in these areas, the work is to have more finesse and have more style. And it's okay to make your life and your work an art form. It's the ability to now see every experience and every challenge as just another way for you to hone your talents even more. And this is the power, again, of understanding your unconscious competencies. It is truly one of the most life-giving experiences when you understand yourself and who you are to a whole new level. You start to see why you've lived life a certain way and how this has already shaped the life that you've chosen to live and the work that you choose to do. And instead of things being a confusing jumble of activities and memories, they begin to tell a coherent story. It becomes so clear what you've been up to and why, which makes it extremely clear what is available to you next. So I love doing this work with my clients, and I hope that if this interests you as well, and you want to understand yourself even more, then join me on this journey. You can sign up for a consultation at mayemson.com/contact. So that's it for this week, my friends. Have an amazing one, and I will talk to you next time.
Thanks so much for joining us this week on Own Your Best Life. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts so that you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, can you please rate and review on iTunes? I would so appreciate it. Share it with a friend, take a screenshot of it, and tag @MayEmson. This helps continue to get the word out. For more show notes and resources, check out www.mayemson.com. You'll have all the links to everything you heard here today. Thanks so much for listening. It's time to own your best life.